This past week, you had an opportunity to go to a real life museum or a virtual museum, and you wrote a description, formal analysis, and an interpretation. This week, you're going to have an opportunity to use that format to look at your own work that you create. We're also going to be looking closely at one of the elements of composition, and that is line. Um, in line, you have a description and an interpretation. For instance, a vertical line it creates a feeling of stability and uh, quietness and structure. Horizontal lines create a feeling of continuum and peacefulness and stability also, but in a different way. A diagonal line is somewhat erratic. If you see a diagonal composition or a diagonal line, it has the feeling of imbalance or movement. A zigzag creates a feeling of pathway or following, moving in the composition. A angular line creates a feeling of movement, and also it's a directive line. It also creates a sense of boundary. And then an erratic line, that creates a feeling of a kind of craziness or movement or imbalance. So you'll look at some other lines and you'll be inventing your own also. So think about the descriptive quality of line and the emotional or emotive quality of line, and how we read that in a composition. When we look at Van Gogh's artwork, this is a landscape by Vincent van Gogh, we see that he was very keen on creating movement in his compositions. And you can see how he does that with the curving lines, and the cypress tree moves, and these strong kind of diagonal lines. And so think about how an artist creates that feeling of emotion and movement in a composition. Also, in this Ship to Ship or Ship to Shore Rescue by Winslow Homer, you have a sense of adventure and unstableness. It tells a story. So we don't know if this person is going to be rescued or not. We know that they are in peril, and we see those strong diagonals again, these strong diagonals. Also, we're not talking about color as one of the elements of composition this week, but if you look at the red scarf, red always means danger, or often means danger. And also the scarf is in front of the rescuer's face, so that also creates a sense of uh, adventure. We don't know the end of the story. We're kind of right in the middle of the story. We don't know if this person is saved or what the two face as far as a danger in this rescue scene. So think about how lines and texture and space, color and shape impact the composition. And think about when you're creating your own composition, how you will use those elements of composition to create your story in the artwork.